intelligence has to disclose an official UFO report. 180-day countdown. Despite your feelings on President Donald J. Trump, this one act may have done more for the UFO disclosure efforts than anything previously done in the United States of America. Not only that, he did it in a very, very sneaky way. This report coming from CNN. U.S. intelligence agencies have 180 days to share what they know about UFOs, thanks to the COVID-19 relief and spending bill. When President Trump signed the $2.3 trillion coronavirus relief and government funding bill into law in December, so began the 180-day countdown for U.S. intelligence agencies to tell Congress what they know about UFOs. Yes, that is really true. This was hidden inside of a coronavirus relief bill. The Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense have less than 6 months now to provide the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Service Committees with an unclassified report about unidentified aerial phenomenon, always and previously known as UFOs. It's a stipulation that was tucked into the committee comment section of the Intelligence Authorization Act for the fiscal year 2021, which was contained in the massive spending bill. That report must contain detailed analysis of UFO data and intelligence collected by the Office of Naval Intelligence, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, and the FBI, according to the Senate Intelligence Committee's directive. It should also describe in detail an interagency process for ensuring timely data collection and centralized analysis of all unidentified aerial phenomena reporting for the federal government, and designate an official responsible for that process. Finally, the report should identify any potential national security threats posed by UFOs and assess whether any of the nation's adversaries could be behind such activity, the committee said. The submitted report should be unclassified, the committee said, though it can contain classified annex. A spokesman for the Office of the Director of National Intelligence confirmed the news to the fact-checking website Snopes. So you know it's true. Congress has long been interested in UFOs. The Pentagon released 3 short videos in April of last year showing unidentified aerial phenomena, clips that the U.S. Navy had previously confirmed were real. The videos, one of them from 2004 and the other from 2015, show what appeared to be an unidentified flying object rapidly moving while recorded by infrared cameras. 2 of the videos contain service members reacting in awe at how quickly the objects are moving. One voice speculates that it could be a drone. It's still unclear what the objects are, and there's no consensus on their origin. Some believe that there may be drones potentially operated by earthly adversaries seeking to gather intelligence, rather than extraterrestrials we normally equate with UFOs. In August, the Pentagon announced that it was forming a task force to investigate. Members of Congress and the Pentagon officials have long been concerned about the appearance of unidentified craft that have flown over U.S. military bases. The Senate Intelligence Committee voted last June to have the Pentagon and Intelligence Community provide a public analysis of the encounters, but it's not the first time the Pentagon has looked into the aerial phenomenon. The Pentagon previously studied recordings such as incidents as a since-shuttered classified program launched at the behest of former Senator Harry Reid. The program was launched in 2007 and ended in 2012, according to the Pentagon, because they assessed that there were higher priorities that needed funding. Higher priorities than potential aliens from another planet or entities from another dimension that pose a threat to our very existence. What other priorities could there be? Interesting, though. This bill snuck in there. It seems this is not the first time that they have looked into this. There were others. In fact, there was a famous Project Blue Book you might have heard of. It was one of a series of systematic studies of unidentified flying objects back when they were called UFOs, conducted by the United States Air Force. It started in 1952, the third study of its kind, following Project Sign and Grudge. A termination order was given for the study in December of 1969, and all activity under its auspices officially ceased in January 1970. Project Blue Book had two goals. One, to determine the UFO if they were a threat to national security. Number two, to scientifically analyze UFO-related data. Thousands of UFOs were reported and collected, analyzed, and filed as a result of the Condon Report, which concluded there was nothing anomalous about UFOs, and a review of the report by the National Academy of Sciences. Project Blue Book was terminated in December of 1969. The United States Air Force retired to the custody of the National Archives its records on Project Blue Book relating to the investigations of unidentified flying object. Project Blue Book has been declassified, and the records are available for examination in their research room. The project was closed in 1969. We have no information on sightings after that date. The National Archives has received numerous inquiries concerning documents identified as MJ-12 and, quote, briefing document, Operation Majestic 12. We have made extensive searches among the records in our custody, they say, of the United States Air Force and the Joint Chiefs of Staff to identify these documents. The Truman and Eisenhower libraries have also searched their holdings for any reference to or copies of the documents. In addition, the records of the National Security Council for the Truman and Eisenhower administrations are in the custody of the National Archives. Searches were made of the indexes to the NSC policy paper and meeting minute files under the subjects MJ-12, Majestic, Unidentified Flying Objects, UFOs, Flying Saucers, Extraterrestrial Biological Entities, and Aquarius. These searches were all negative, with the exception of a memorandum for general twinning from Robert Cutler, Special Assistant to the President, subject, quote, NCS/MJ-12 Special Studies Project, dated July 14th, 1954. The memorandum, one page, refers to a briefing to take place on July 16th of that year. The memorandum does not identify MJ-12 or the purpose of the briefing. So there was something that occurred there, which has been covered up or lost to history. Here we are in 2021, and again we have a chance at disclosure. Will it be all that we had hoped for? Time will only tell. But we do know that disclosure is on the mind of Donald Trump. He had this to say when asked about the activities at Area 51 by his son Donald J. Trump Jr.
So last question. Before you leave office, will you let us know if there's aliens? Because this is the only thing I really want to know. I want to know what's going on. Would you ever open up Roswell and let us know what's really going on there?
So many people ask me that question.
I know, it sounds almost ridiculous, but it's actually the real question I want to know.
It sounds like a cute question, but it's actually, there are millions and millions of people that want to go there, that want to see it. I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting. But Roswell's a very interesting place with a lot of people that would like to know what's going on.
So you're saying you may declassify and you'll take it?
Well, I'll have to think about that one, right?
Well, there you have it. In 6 months, we will know, hopefully, what the government does about the unidentified aerial phenomenon. Thank you for watching.